So today we are looking at how, in some way, some of the continuation of the story of the churning of the milk ocean. We heard how the beginning of the churning of the milk ocean was because of an insult that Lord Indra had given had shown to Durvasa Muni, and because of that, the whole all of the whole of the demigods, they lost everything. Then came Bali Maharaj, with the power to take everything from him, and there was a great battle. Then they came to the Lord, said, "Please, my Lord." The demigods went to the Lord, said, "Please help us." Then there was a whole pastime of the churning of the milk ocean, and then there was the pastime of the Mohini Murti, right? And at the end of the Mohini Murti, the chapter 11, I believe, there's the fighting of the demons and the demigods, because the demons were they were so outraged that they had been tricked by the demigods, and they didn't get any of this nectar. So they started fighting, and it's incredible. But even though the demigods had gotten the Amrita, they were losing the fight. The demigods were losing the fight because the demons were just like so angry. And then Lord Indra decided to crush Bali Maharaj, but it was not possible. So they had to ask the Lord for help again, once again. But again, this is why they are demigods, because they turn to the Lord Krishna for help. They learn to turn to Lord Vishnu for help. So they went up to the Lord, and the Lord came in, and he took care of some of the guys, and then the demigods were revived, and they went on to the battle with renewed vigor, and they defeated the demons. One of the things that happened was that Bali Maharaj was severely struck, and so they took him along with some of the others, and Shukracharya, we're hearing here, he was able to revive him because of a special mantra that he had. With this mantra, then Bali Maharaj came back, and now he is being advised by the Brahmanas. Now you perform a yajna. This is the way that you will get great power. So he gets this amazing chariot and all of these weapons and armor. So now he has the strength to go and fight the demigods. And the other demons, seeing this, they also get encouraged. Now they go. So what we're seeing here is this fighting against the demons and the demigods. It goes back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes one is victorious, and sometimes the other one is victorious. So there's never a time when, okay, and this is the end, and everything was completed. No, because as it was said in the previous chapters, it's all due to the influence of eternal time. Due to eternal time, sometimes the mode of goodness is on the rise. Sometimes the mode of passion is on the rise, and sometimes the mode of ignorance is on the rise. And these different forces, they're constantly fighting with each other. But Maya Dakshina Prakriti Suyate Chara Hitunanina Kantiya Kartahamiti Manyate. The Lord says that all of this is actually happening under his supervision. whether the mode of goodness, mode of passion, or mode of ignorance. All of this is just happening under his supervision. He's allowing everybody to have their 5 minutes of glory, because that's what everybody wants. They've come here for that. So the Lord is saying, like, okay, he's being fair. He's saying, like, okay, everybody, you have your 5 minutes of glory, and that's it. But what happens besides that? He's not just letting it go on like that. But when there's somebody who is very devoted to him, then he gives extra mercy. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Nadvesha, he says that he doesn't hate anybody. He's not partial to anybody. He is equal to all. Sama Samvesha Bhuteshu Bhaktim Lavte Param. He says that he's a well-wishing friend of everyone. He's equal to all. But one who is a friend to him, he is very dear to him. So the Lord will reciprocate with that. And if the demons had come to him, if the demons had come to him for help, then the Lord himself would have helped them as well. How do we know this? Because it happened in the Mahabharata. In the Mahabharata, both of the armies, both of the leaders of the two armies came up to him at the very same time. Lord Krishna was sleeping, and Arjuna and Duryodhana both came at the same time to ask him for his help to come and join him. And Lord Krishna, he was just laying down. Now, when they Arjuna and Duryodhana, they decided, okay, as soon as he wakes up, I'm going to be the first one that he sees, so that when he asks, what do you want, I can tell him that. So Duryodhana, being very clever, he decided, I'm going to be right next to Krishna's side, so that as soon as he wakes up, I'll be the first person like that. And Arjuna, being a devotee, he decided to sit at Krishna's feet and wait until he wakes up. And so they were waiting there. There was suspense. What will happen? And as soon as Krishna got up, he rose and looked straight forward. And who was straight forward? His devotee, who was at his feet. And he said, "Oh, Arjuna, you've come here. What do you need?" Oh, and Duryodhana, you're also here. What do you need? So now the first person to be asked was Arjuna. And they both told him that they were here for to get to see him come and join their ranks. Krishna said, "Okay, well, I'll since both of you are asking, I'll have you both. I'll help you both. One will get my army, and the other one will get me." Right? And because Arjuna was the first one to ask, he gets to pick. One will get me, and the other one will get my army. But whoever is getting me, I promise that I will not fight. Now, Duryodhana said, like, what's the use? It's like, if you get him, but it's just like, so it was Arjuna, being a devotee, he said, like, I just want you, my Lord. Even if you're not going to fight, just having you there, I want you there with me. And Krishna was very pleased, and he said, so be it. And Duryodhana, he said, like, what a doofus. Well, he didn't say doofus, but he said, like, wow, this is great. Now he can he can leave me to have the whole army for myself. So he allowed him to have his army. And so what happened? Both of them, both Arjuna and Duryodhana, who had come to Krishna for the sake of getting something from him. They were both satisfied. Krishna satisfied both of them. So if Bali Maharaj had come here asking for Krishna's help, Krishna would have helped. But the way that Krishna helps people is that he always does it in a way that is best for them. We've heard this in previous classes. He won't just help people, but he will help them in a way that will be for their ultimate help. He doesn't look at the prayas, he looks at the shreyas. Prayas is that benefit which is immediate. And shreyas is that benefit which is ultimate. Krishna is looking long term. Generally, we are always looking for liberation from a certain small bondage. We have this bondage of the pandemic. Oh, Krishna, save us from the pandemic. Okay. Or now we have the bondage of the economic crisis that comes after it. Oh, Krishna, save us from this. It's just like these very small little things. But Krishna, he is the Lord of all. He says that Bhoktaram Yakitapasam Sarvaloka Maheshvaram. He says that he owns everything. Sarvaloka Maheshvaram. And he's the enjoyer of everything. So he can award us anything, absolutely anything. In fact, he awards us what is the best, which is because he is Suhridam. He's the best well-wishing friend of everyone. So he wants the ultimate pleasure. Just like a mother will look at the child's ultimate welfare. She sees like, okay, so now he's throwing a tantrum because, I'm not letting him go, and play with his friends. But he has to study because I'm looking out for his ultimate welfare. So Krishna, like that, he may fulfill, some of our desires for the meantime, but in a way, looking towards the future. Like, how can I benefit this devotee of mine long term? And that is where we really, can take shelter of the Lord, because we know that whatever he does will actually be in our best interest. Now, one of the things that we're also seeing here is that there's quite a lengthy description of the palace of Lord Indra. It's talking about how the city was surrounded by trenches of Ganges water. The walls were of the color of fire. There were courtyards, roads. The crossroads were made of pearl, and the sitting places were made of diamond and coral. I mean, this is absolutely stunning. And if you see the commentaries of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, they talk about how these sitting places, they're just an amazing thing. And we can you can ask why are they giving so much emphasis on all of this? Even on the question of, well, why did they describe even the one and only purport that I read today was about the quality of Shama, right? That youthful women that are very beautiful, that are very pleasing, in their touch. Why is there so much emphasis on all of this? The whole emphasis on this is so that we can see really what is going to be taken away. when we're told like, oh yeah, well, Bali Maharaj gained the whole universe and then he lost everything, is a little bit abstract. And we go like, oh well, yeah, he got something and then he lost it. No, but how much did he gain? And how much did he lose by doing this? That is what the Bhagavatam is giving us here. It's showing us really the magnitude of what he gained and the magnitude of what he lost. Sometimes when we lose something, it's very painful. You know, it may not be like a whole lot, but if it's something substantial, then it's just like so painful, right? You know, somebody cheats you, you know, and takes a good amount of money from you. You know, it may not be like your whole life savings like that, but you know, it could be a substantial amount. This will nag on you for years. For years. So, sometimes people will never get over this. You know how they lost something. And or just imagine if you lost something very, very precious, like you know, some earrings that belong to your grandmother or something like that. And it's just like, oh my God, you know, it's irreplaceable and like that, and it will beg so much. That is nothing. That is nothing compared to what Bali Maharaj gained and then lost. So here's where they're really telling us how strong that is. When nowadays you can't see this type of luxury, whether it's whether it's a person who has a lot of power, or in this world, you know, some president of a country, or you know, or a millionaire or a billionaire. They can't have, you don't see this amount of luxury in them. You don't see golden doors. You don't see crossroads made of pearl. When Bali Maharaj was showing Shukracharya that he was going to lose everything, Shukracharya, he felt this. He felt like, I'm going to lose this. And Bali Maharaj was well aware that he could leave it. Now, he was not only, when he's going to give this away, he's also not going to just give this all away, but he also has pressure. He also has a pressure from his spiritual master, to whom he owes his life. We are hearing here how Bali Maharaj has just been brought to life. How grateful people are, you know, if somebody is kind to them. How grateful would one be if one's life is saved? You know, a dog saves somebody's life, and that dog becomes the hero of the family for as long as he lives. And even after he dies, you know, the whole family will still be like crying in the morning because this dog, you know, saved, you know, somebody's life in the family. So now the person who saved Bali Maharaj is not just a dog, it's his spiritual master. And not only that, but not only did he give him back his life, he gave him the power to come and conquer everything, to have it all. So now, in some sense, Bali Maharaj could say, this does not belong to me. This wealth really, you know, belongs to my guru. And my guru is telling me, don't do it, you know. Don't give it up. So now this is a big pressure. The guru who brought me back to life, who gave me the strength, and you know, by whom I got all of this, he's telling me, don't give it up. But still, Bali Maharaj decided to give it up. This is not an easy thing. He decided, I'm just going to give it to Vamana Dev, because And this is interesting. He's going to give to him initially, not because he's just being completely because of love. He's going to give it to him because of pride. He has a much higher, even more than his desire for power, is his desire for pride. And that pride is, I am the great benefactor. I am the great benefactor, and nobody. I am very truthful. Nobody is more truthful than I am. If I say that I'm going to do something, then it's I will do it. To the brahmanas, I always give charity, and I said I would do it, and I will do it. And so even if my guru tells me no, I will do it. That was the initial motivation of Bali Maharaj. Because of that, Lord Vamana said, okay, fine. So with 2 steps that you give me, I'm going to take everything from you. But he needed that 3rd step. He said, like, I still want that pride from you. I'm not going to let you go. You may have given all of this up, but you still have your ego because of that. Because you gave all of these things, but you still have that ego of, I'm the one giving it. This is the question why Parikshit Maharaj is asking at this moment. Why did Bali Maharaj give everything like that? Well, he gave it out of pride. He had the pride of being, because it says that a brahmana, he loves brahmanas, he wants to give charity, so it's just natural for him. And the thing is that charity can also become an intoxicant. It's an intoxicant in the mode of goodness. We wish more people would have that type of intoxication. But it's an intoxication nonetheless, right? That I'm being such a good person. We all always have this narrative in our heads that we are this amazing person. We always have this movie going on in our heads, no matter what happens. Whether one is very powerful and is conquering a lot of things. Oh, I'm such a great person, or even if one is not doing anything, even if one is just like very simple like that, we will have that movie going on in our head saying that we're so great. So what does that movie look like? That movie, depending on our circumstances, in the mode of goodness, it will be, I am the benefactor. But guess what? Sukritam sarvabhutanam. Krishna says that I am the benefactor of everyone. Or I am so powerful. I have everything. So that's why Krishna says that I am sarvalokam heshvaram. I am the one who controls everything. Or they say that I am the one who enjoys everything and can destroy everything, right? So that's why Krishna says, Bhoktaram Yagatapasam. He is the one who is the enjoyer, and he is the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of everything. So for all 3 classes of people in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, Krishna says like, I am that person that is above all this, so that it can crush our ego. Our ego takes that. Kartahamiti manyate. It thinks like, I am doing all of this, but actually, it's just the modes making us think that, oh, I am such a great person. So Bali Maharaj was in the mode of goodness. Even though he's a demon, he is in the mode of goodness. And he has that illusion that he is the benefactor of everyone. When you're in the mode of goodness and you allow that mode of goodness to take over you, you believe that you're the benefactor of everyone. And so Bali Maharaj had that pride, and Lord Vamana had to come and crush him. Even that. I'm going to take everything away from you, and I'm also going to take that ego away from you. Because I love you. Because I want your Shreyas. And in that way, Lord Vamana, came to trick him. It's always amazing the way that the Lord does his pastimes. Because he could have just come and made him surrender. But he made him surrender in such a sweet way. And we'll hear in the next couple of in the next couple of verses and chapters, this sweet story about the Lord coming to him and actually begging. You would say, like, why does the Lord beg from anybody? If he is this Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, why is he begging? He doesn't need to beg. And in fact, he has been helping, the demigods very directly, to fight and like that. Why does he need to now, do this? Because especially it's said in the Brihad Bhagavatam that the reason why the Lord is being so kind, and so special with Bali Maharaj, because he could have just come in and defeated him and that's it. The reason why he is being so kind to Bali Maharaj is because of Prahlad Maharaj. So many people have given up so much, right? But it wasn't because of that Lord Vamanadev, bestowed such mercy on Bali Maharaj. It was because he was related to Prahlad Maharaj. That is why what Brihad Bhagavatam says. That connection is so special. In fact, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we see that this with the example of what is her name? Shiva Thakur's niece. Because of her connection with him, and also the servants of Shiva Thakur's house, everyone was getting mercy just because they were connected to him. They were just serving him, in very menial ways, but because of that, they got incredible mercy. And that's where, what we're really banking on here. We don't have the strength of character. We don't have the bhakti to really impress the Lord. But we're counting on Srila Prabhupada. We're counting that, because we're somehow or other trying to serve him in some menial way, that the Lord will be favorable towards us. What kind of bhakti are we really offering? It's not really, that best, highest level. And we can know that, if you look at, for example, the level of bhakti of Mother Yamuna, when she did deity dressing, what was her standard? When she cooked for Krishna, what was her standard? When she took care of devotees, what was her standard? Then we see, like, oh my God, I'm nowhere even near this. So they show us this is the standard, and we become humble. We go like, oh, so I'm not such a great devotee as I thought I was. I actually have to just like do my best, to be a good servant. But it's really banking on the mercy of Srila Prabhupada while I'm doing my best. If Srila Prabhupada becomes pleased with us, Krishna will naturally become pleased with us. and this will allow us to really get his mercy. So I will stop here, and if there are any questions, comments, or chastisements, or even jokes, now's the time.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Murli Gopal, for picking up this theme of how different times the demigods, the demons, they get power alternatively. They overpower each other. Similarly, you took it to the modes, how they also like compete for glory. And I like the point that you said like about the 5-minute glory that Krishna offers everyone. So, and then how you connected nicely with the Bali Maharaj pastime, like because we are also going to see that section and how he is trying to offer everything that he has to Krishna. And anyway, he, as you were saying, anyway, everybody will offer it one day, directly or indirectly. But still, by consciously offering it, not just what he possessed, but he also offered the ego you were mentioning. How Krishna was taking the third step in the form of taking away his ego. So, thank you. It's a good reminder to understand this lesson from Bali Maharaj's life. Yeah, thank you so much. So, we can open up for comments or questions from others. Or if there are no other questions, then I can ask one.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, you can hear us okay?
Yes.
Yeah, very nice class, very nice class. I like that point you made, and I hadn't thought of it before, that one of the reasons why Bali Maharaj received the mercy of the Lord was because of his connection to his grandfather Prahlad. And we know that Krishna is so wonderful that if someone does service, like Prahlad Maharaj's service, then his family and many generations connected are all uplifted, benefited, purified. Like what we do is like putting a deposit in somebody else's spiritual bank account. So that applies to our lives, that if we engage in devotional service, people that are connected to us will actually also be receiving something special from Krishna. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I forgot about that Bali Maharaj's, Prahlad Maharaj's grandson, right?
Yeah. It's a very, very mixed family lineage there, because you have the great grandfather is a huge demon, is Hiranyakashipu. His grandfather is a pure devotee. His father is also a big demon, Vanasura, is it?
Virochana.
Virochana, big demon, and he himself, is like, okay, I'm a devotee, I guess. So
I think it's Bali Maharaj's son. Banasura's, I think Bali Maharaj's son.
Okay, so again, mixed family lineage, and we were also hearing today, how Prahlad Maharaj came and offered Bali Maharaj a garland that would never wilt. So he was there, and you could say like, well, why is Prahlad Maharaj, encouraging, like the demons who are going to take over the universe, blah blah blah. It's like, hey, it's his grandson. He like a grandfather. A grandfather is always he wants to spoil the child. The grandfather will go in and whatever the father says, he'll go and say like, hey, here, have this ice cream, and take this ice cream. And then the father will go like, Dad, I told you not to give me like that. Oh, I know, but he just wants to make him happy. His Prahlad Maharaj, like a grandfather, he just wants to make him happy. And this is something very, very nice, because once in a class I heard this statement that somebody was saying, it was a Prabhupada disciple. He said, some of you may be a little morose that, well, I came so late, to the movement when Prabhupada had already left. If I had just arrived here a little previous, I could have made the Hare Krishna movement in its full glory and with Prabhupada and like that. And, well, it's nice, I have my spiritual master and all that, but, I would have liked to see Prabhupada, right? And be there like that. And he said, but don't worry about this. I mean, in some ways, you are even more fortunate, this Prabhupada disciple said, because for us, Prabhupada is our father, but for you, he's your grandfather. And the grandfather is even more merciful to the grandchild than to the children themselves. So I was like, oh, that's nice. So Prabhupada will be very, very merciful to the grandchildren. And we're like, okay, well, what, just as the grandfather goes, yeah, whatever. I just want to see them happy, and I just want to see them happy, even if he doesn't deserve it. I know he doesn't deserve this. I know he's been a bad boy or a bad girl, doesn't deserve that. But let her be happy. Yes, Ru.
Going back to that principle of we engage in devotional service and people who are connected to us are benefited. Sometimes devotees, especially, we were just listening to Prabhupada last night, and he's saying you must give everything, and sometimes people feel, well, what about my family? What about, if I neglect my brother, sister's father, and and you feel a little bit torn that if I go and serve Prabhupada, then who's going to take care of my family? And then it's very consoling to know that by, like they say, watering the root of the tree, everything else is taken care of. Putting food in the stomach, everything else every part of the body is benefited. So we can go on with full confidence that just by serving Krishna, anything else that we could possibly want is there. Okay, here's Radha Murli, Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Radha Srimad Bhagavatam ki.
Ah,